Hello, hello, hello! What's happening, everybody? MCOC Droid does back again for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So I wanted to do a mini series of videos this month, focusing on the side quests, the Northern Expeditions, because as you can see right here, or if you looked in the game in the last week, this is the first official introduction to a difficulty level above Uncollected. Now, when it comes to the event quest, of course, it will eventually be called Cavalier Difficulty. But for the theme of the month, it's called Canadian difficulty. So it's still above Epic, which is technically the same as Uncollected, more or less. So this was initially announced to be available to anybody who is at level 60. You do not need the Cavalier title. However, pretty much right as the event was going live, they announced they would bring that down to level 55. So you only have to be level 55 to be eligible for this difficulty level. Now again, it has not shown up in the event quest itself yet. We're still at least a few months away. They just wanted to start incorporating it into the side quest first, start testing things, basically get our reactions, what have you. So week 2 went live today, as you can see, well, at least when I'm recording this. So probably be on the lookout for a follow-up video pretty much right away. I know I could go into week 2, but I want to start with week 1, and I want to focus on what I perceive to be probably the hardest node combination of the map, and focus on who I think is a really great counter for it. So unlike the other difficulties, there are paths that have nodes, as you can see right here. They seem to be grouped into stacks of 2. I thought maybe it was just going to be one set of nodes for the entire map, but they are broken up into sections, thankfully, which is nice. I mean, this upper right section has no linked nodes, so that's pretty cool. They did mention that, so at the very least, if you want to go for a couple of the rewards, you can at least do that with no nodes, which is pretty cool. The ones down here aren't too bad. I'm not going to go over into all of them. Power Focus 1, Aspect of Evolution, not too terrible. Resistor and Personal Space, not bad. Just making for longer fights, I would imagine. I will get there soon. So I'm focusing on this one up here, which a lot of people were complaining about on day 1. And it does look kind of mighty at first and annoying, but it's not too bad. So it's buffed up, which means that the defender is taking 100%. The defender will take 0 damage unless you have 3 buffs or more on yourself. So thankfully, they can be of the same type. They don't have to be 3 unique buffs. But it is still kind of annoying. And then you also have Rich Get Richer. Whichever champion has more unique buffs gains 9% of a bar of power every second, which is pretty darn cool as well. There is also a global node of Breakthrough, which really comes into play. That really helps to shorten the length of some of these fights, I would imagine. But that is what we are focusing on. We are going for this path up here. Well, this area up here. And I can show off the team real quick. You can see it already that I've done. I'm going with Hela. I'm going with Hela just because of how easily she can generate Furies. Of course, there are other similar type options, like a Kamala Khan, perhaps. Not just generating Furies, but multiple Furies, stacking them up pretty quickly, which is rather nice. I did decide to go with the Dormammu Mephisto synergy, so then Hela starts every fight with a bar of power. That's really nice to start getting, that first stack of Fury up and running pretty darn quickly. You can also bring in, I thought about maybe bringing in Thor Ragnarok. That would give you more of the spirits every fight, so that, it allows you to keep the Furies longer. But I figured it's not really worth it because, trust me, once you get her ramped up, these fights will not take long, so you don't need to keep the spirits long. Heimdall, of course, is another great option. Pretty much no matter who you're using, you can bring in Heimdall if you have him. But especially if you have Hela or if you're using Angela, she would be another great option for this. That gives you that other stack of Fury. You just have to dash back at the beginning of the fight, hold block for a second and a half. You get a stack of Fury right there. So boom, there's a buff. But I'm going to stick with Hela. She just does so much damage that it's not even funny. But I will, like I said, stick with the Dormammu Mephisto synergy just so she can start the fight with the bar of power. And then I'm bringing in Human Torch for Sasquatch in case I get ambushed. Now, of course, you can always back out of the path if you do run into him and just restart it because these have unlimited entries, 0 energy. That's really nice. But I'd rather not have to do that multiple times. I'd rather just get good at fighting them, especially because there are going to be so many paths. But anyway, so let's get into this first one right here. Mysterio is the first fight. He can be a little annoying with some of his abilities, so it'll take a little bit longer than some of these others. Just trying to, you know, since I'm building up the Fury buffs anyway, I might as well build up at least a few more, not stacks, but just get the count of spirits a little bit higher there, just to kind of guarantee that I'm not going to lose the Furies anytime soon. Was really hoping he was going to come at me. I was going to intercept him with my special 1, basically, so now we just wait. Let's get that countdown timer gone. I'm already up to the special 2 because I've got more unique buffs than him. So let's actually, well, we might as well stick with this now. Go for 1 Fury. Let's go for the 3rd Fury, and let's launch the special 3. Wasn't exactly my plan, but since I have it ready to go, I might as well do at least a little bit of damage against him right there. Actually don't mind getting him to his special 2, because again, you don't really need a huge amount of power against him. You just need to beat him down, essentially. So I'm actually going to try and bait that out. There we go. Of course, you have to be careful of the miss aspect, so I'm just gonna be very careful until that's gone. Now it is. Ooh, very sneaky there, but I was able to get by that heavy. There we go. I was just trying to not get him to his... Well, I did not mean to do that, but there we go. Wow, this is taking longer than I thought it was going to, so I need to rebuild some spirits, apparently. Okay, let's see. I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Only 2% off on that last one. That's kind of disappointing, but this will definitely be enough. So there we go. Yeah, that took a little bit longer than I thought. Again, it's just his mechanics of his special 1, you know, not wanting to hit him after he triggers it. Special 2, after being careful of his misses. So this will be a much easier fight here against Nebula, because you don't have to worry about any of that. So let's just kind of do the exact same principle here. I'll build up some more. I'll be careful, I suppose. I'll build up some more spirits there. Can do that again. Just keep baiting that out. I'll go ahead and get this 2nd Fury going. Still got plenty of spirits. Do 1 more of those. Go ahead and throw your special 1. Might as well bait that out anytime. There we go. And go ahead and parry her there to stop the regen. Get that going. Get that going. So yeah, the point here is, of course, just getting as many Furies as possible early on, and then just kind of going from there. I'll let her throw her special 1 right there, and now I can just kind of wail into her, basically. I'll see if I can throw her special 1 again, just to bait it out, keep her power down. I'll go ahead and do a special 2 here, which should be pretty hefty. It is not bad. Bait it out 1 more time. There we go. Should do it. Oh, because of that regen, she survived with a couple of percent left. Otherwise, she would definitely be gone. But yeah, there we go. Another pretty straightforward fight. And I'm not even really playing all that perfectly, especially since I'm recording and playing, which I don't do terribly often. Let's go ahead and do War Machine. That should be pretty straightforward. I didn't even look to see who the final boss is, but I'm guessing at this point there will not be a Sasquatch ambush, which I'm kind of okay with. I have had 0 training against him so far. I haven't really watched anybody's content on him yet, and as you saw, I've not done a Path of Canadian difficulty yet, so this is literally my first go-round, and was kind of hoping I wouldn't run into him, just because, like I said, I have no training against him, so I'm just going to have to get good, basically. Let's see, since get a little bit more power here, let's go ahead and throw that, so now I've got my 3rd Fury up and running. Just start wailing into him a bit, get those passive armor breaks going. I didn't think I was going to get that in time since I was literally all the way on the other side of the map. But I was hoping. And then that time, of course, it didn't work. I dashed back and I stood still. That's not how it's supposed to go. Is that going to be enough? It is not. So I'll take another one there. See, there we go. That's how it's supposed to go, and he is dead. Let's see who the final boss is. And then this will wrap it up. And then, like I said, I'm going to go immediately check out week 2, see what the nodes are like on that one. The rest of these, again, they're not too bad, so I'm not dreading this too horribly. And Wolverine for a final boss with no nodes on him. I'm assuming the breakthrough is still there. It is. So yeah, this is about as straightforward as it gets. I'm even just going to use Human Torch. I might as well, because there are no other nodes or anything. So this should be a pretty quick fight. And especially with his pre-fight ability, this is not going to be too long of a fight, I think. Let's get some more. There we go. Just try and keep taking down some of these, you know, passive armor break stacks, if you will. Ah, did not mean to do that. Of course. Let's get a few more. Let's get them stunned. Get some more hits on them. Again, all just doing those stacks of armor break. And there we go. Again, even not playing all that well this time around, this was still pretty straightforward. 0 items used. So that'll do it. Like I said, if you are interested in seeing other champions for me to use, let me know in the comments below. If you just want to suggest some champs or some teams, synergies, things like that, feel free to do that as well. And like I said, I'm going to do these for all 4 weeks, so be on the lookout for the rest of the videos. For now, though, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell. All that stuff really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. For now, though, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.